Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chantay. I'm here with my week in review of my political analysis. If you don't follow me on Instagram, it's just I am Shanteezy. What's up? And I have a YouTube page, so you can follow me on YouTube as well. So I'm just going to hit it with this COVID business because COVID is real and these numbers are scary and alarming. So global confirmed cases, according to the Johns Hopkins website, you got to cite those sources, is 57,495,631. Yikes. The death toll around the world, that's including here in the United States, the United States of America, is 1,371,241. The U.S. confirmed cases here at home, we have 11,908,395. Yeah, that's a lot. The death toll here at home is 254,383. So we have almost 12 million cases and we have 254,383. And in the U.S. as of today, we had over 187,833 infections. Hey, Joseph. So we almost had 190,000 new infections here at home in the U.S. Death tolls around the world. India is at 9 million. Brazil is at 6 million. France is at 2.1 million. Russia is at 2,023,025. You have Spain at 1.5 million. You have the UK at 1.4 million. You have Argentina at 1.3 million. You have Italy at 1 million, about the same, not too far in distance, 1,345,767. You have Colombia at 1.2, and then you have Mexico at 1,025,969. So including the United States is about 11 or 12 countries that has reached the 1 million marks according to affections for COVID-19. But of course, the U.S. still holds the highest amount of cases and the highest amount of deaths. And other countries, they're in the 100,000s already. There's most countries in the 100,000s, including Panama at 152,289, Dominican Republic at 136,784, Guatemala at 117,757. You have Kenya at 75,193. Nigeria at 65,982 and Ghana at 50,631. And when you move down to the West Indies, their numbers has been significantly climbing. And I know a lot of friends that have families still that live in the island. So this is alarming. So I hope your family is safe. Jamaica's at 10,151. They have reached over Haiti. So Haiti now is still in the 9,211. Bahamas is another country that has spiked up at 7,367. Trinidad and Tobago at 6,261. You have Belize at 5,018. You have Guyana at 5,005. You have Barbados at 253,000. St. Lucia at 203,000. Antigua at 139. You have, Antigua is at 203. Not 203,000, 203. And you have Barbados at 253. They're not in the thousands. Those are just the numbers. So I apologize for that screw up. You have St. Vincent at 84 cases. Dominica at 68 cases. Grenada at 41 cases. And St. Kitts still at 19. So these numbers are on the Johns Hopkins website. You have here at home in the U.S., according to New York Times COVID map, Texas is at 1,151,640. You have California at 1,095,147. Florida at 923,410. Illinois at 635,825. New York, which was once the epicenter of this, is now have the top 5 cases at 589,605. Georgia to 424,763. Wisconsin 365,190, and they just did another stay at home. They just did a stay at home order. It was an executive order by the governor. Ohio's at 335,423. North Carolina 329,867. Tennessee at 325,282. Michigan at 320,621. Pennsylvania at 301,273. New Jersey, which has bumped down to probably like the 15th or the 14th highest cases at 291,882, 182. And then this Pence home state, which their numbers have exceedingly climbed. Keep in mind, Mike Pence is the leader of the coronavirus task force at 284,960. So the U.S. is on fire, folks, and we're in cold and flu season, and we have to be careful because this virus here, now that it's in the cold and flu season, you don't know if you have a cold, you don't know if you have the flu, or you have flu-like symptoms that is very viral to your body, very hostile to your body, that it's coronavirus, that it can easily kill you. So that's why they always say, and epidemiologists and everyone is like stressing the fact of wearing a mask is important. Now I wear 2 masks. I wear my surgical mask and then I wear my cloth mask over my surgical mask to protect me. So I know a lot of people that follow me. There's a small slither that they say, oh, this virus is planted. The government planted this. No. This disease came from a bat. It came from a bat. And what happened when this disease came from a bat, it spread it around the world. It spread from person to person. No one don't know where it came from, but it spread person to person. And that's that. And now it's all over. 189 countries. Hey, for those who are on Instagram, please follow my good bro, Too Raw, Too Real. Follow him on Instagram and follow him on Twitter. He is very informative, and I appreciate that you guys follow him. And trust me, dude, we got to do a live one day tomorrow. I was looking forward for your message, but we'll talk another time. But, I need to read these stats because, you know, we got no national plan for this coronavirus. So, according to the Bureau of Labor and Statistics, don't want to get BLS agency, you have the unemployment rate overall. It dropped to 6.9, well, basically 7%, but still, the numbers are not good. The numbers of employed people are at like 11 million, 12. It's over 10 million people unemployed. So white people, the unemployment rate is at 6.0%. Well, 6%. Black unemployment rate, 10.8, almost 11%. Hispanics, 8.8, almost 9%. And AAPI community, 7.6%. All right, no problem, Kenny. I will, follow you. But these numbers I just read, white people, 6%, versus black people, 10.8%. Hispanics, 8.8. Asian people, 7.6. This is wrong. It's a disconnect. You know what's wrong? Systemic racism. But that's a whole nother subject that I'm going to get into. But Yeah, it's still not looking good. This pandemic is bad. And the only reason why these numbers drop because employers recalled their people to go back to work. That's what happened. No new jobs were created for these people. No, not at all. Not by the slither. And some of these jobs that recalled their people back, they're closing down. Some of them filed for bankruptcy, including my mom's job. My mom works for the corporate side of her job, but the store job, oh, they done. They closed. They got recalled back, and now they're on unemployment again. There's people that have temp jobs, and they're about to lose their job by next month because there will be no more work. It'll be lack of work. So when this administration touts the economy and touts how many jobs they created, do your research because we all know it's bullshit. Because it is. And as I said, he has no national strategy for these rising cases. But there are governors that have stepped up and took strict measures. I know my state, especially my city, they closed down the public schools. And I know everybody's panties is up in the, in the bunch, but it is what it is. And yeah, they're targeting people of color. They are. They're targeting people of color. And it's not surprising, Joseph. Not at all. But these are financial implications. When you can't solve the public health crisis, you cannot solve the financial crisis. It's just that simple because our economy, 60% of it is consumer based. So we have a decline in our retail and we have a decline in our hospitality. And that includes tourism. I know my city is hit the hardest. So when this city in particular, because it's the financial epicenter of the world. So when we do bad, other places in the States are doing bad. And it's not just here at home. This is a global recession. This shit is bad. It's not good. But Donald Trump will tell you something else. That's why he's out of here. And that's why his son has COVID. Andrew Giuliani, the disgraced New York mayor, son has COVID. And Rick Scott got tested. Well, it were all tested positive for COVID. How about that one? Not believing in the virus or nothing. But I can't say I wish them well. I just hope they don't die from the virus. That's all I'm saying. Things will only get worse until we get Joe. That is true. These next 59, 58, lost count of how many these days are going to be tumultuous. It's going to be one hell of a ride. Can we get past Thanksgiving and Christmas come sooner so this one can get the hell out fast? Go back to Florida. He can't even come back here. And I hope his kids go down there with him too because we don't want them here. Not in New York. Oh, no, we don't want them. They can go. They could go bye-bye. And that building can be vacant. Everybody's trying to keep their comments. I had to keep my comments explicit on Twitter and on Facebook and even here. But I say to those Trumps, I just hope they survive COVID. I said that from for the occupant in the White House. I hope he survived COVID. But this should teach them a lesson. Stop saying that this virus is a hoax. And I keep telling people this virus is real. I know people that died from this virus. I know people that recovered, but they have other health implications. I know one person got asthma because of this. And keep in mind this person was a diabetic. So that's that with Republican COVID. That's a new word. But this peaceful transfer of power, I don't think it's happening. The election was 2 weeks ago. Donald Trump is not conceding and will not concede. He has too much pride. Too much pride. That New York pride, it's not working. Not in the real world. It's not. Not at all. And he's reaching Rudy Giuliani looking like a crazy person. He was always a disgrace, but he's just more disgraceful as the older he gets. Lying. Chavez has been dead for like 7 years. George Soros is upstate New York living his best life at 92 years old. He doesn't have anything to do with our elections, never did. So I don't understand. That's the whole Republican far-right talking point. It sounds dumb as hell. Yep, and making more work for the incoming administration, who is way more qualified and way more experienced than this current administration. He's doing this on purpose. Steve Mnuchin is doing stuff on purpose with the Treasury Department. And I hope when Joe and Kamala gets in, when they appoint the right AG, the AG is going to be an independent person. That's one. And my choice is, of course, is the woman who started the whole Russian investigation, like preempted the Russian investigation, and that was Sally Yates. Like, she was phenomenal. Even though I do love Doug Jones, and I like Vanita Gupta, and I like Pete Peralta because he was the U.S. attorney downtown for me. But Sally Yates kicked that off. And kudos to her, because even though her life was like in danger, but she basically exposed them for the frauds that they are. For the frauds that I always knew that Donald Trump was. But to the fraud what the rest of his crew was. So I hope Joe, but Kamala's going to make him do that. But I really hope Joe says, I'm not pardoning him. And I'm so mad with the Doug Jones thing. Like, seriously, Doug Jones was great for Alabama, and they voted for a person that don't even know the three branches of government. He said the three branches of government is the House, the Senate, and the executive. Like, the House and the Senate is the legislative branch. And the executive branch is the executive branch. He forgot about the judicial branch because he might have some trouble with the law. Who knows? But he sounds stupid from the way he talks and from the way he writes. He's stupid. He's dumb. But that's what Alabama want. They want a dumbass. And Mississippi wants to keep dumbass Cindy Smith in there. They want to keep Dizzy Joni Ernst. They wanted to keep, who else? Low country ass Lindsey Graham. And backcountry, what's his face? Mitch McConnell. Corrupt Mitch McConnell up in there. That's what they wanted to keep in there. That's what they wanted. So, to those people that voted for those Republicans, you're dickheads. You are. But Trump's coup, it ain't working. They looking in like straight up fools. But that's what it is. So, I did not want to talk about these people on my live. But since I'm on Instagram, I don't care. But I'm going to like put a clip it on my Twitter. So, progressivism is basically people who promote social reforms. Right? That's what the term progressivism means. Progressives are the people who advocate for social change. Right? And has the work of advocating and doing the work for social change in this country or around anywhere you live. So why I'm bringing this up? Because I got a problem with today's progressive caucus, which the younger ones, and unfortunately some of them are around my age, making the 80s generation look bad. The 80s baby generation, look bad. And we don't look bad. So, we won the election, right? We won the White House, right? We won the White House. That's kudos to us after a decisive election and a crazy election season, right? Here we go. Not even The peaceful transfer of power did not even happen yet. And you're going to the White House, which Joe Biden is not even in the White House, nor him or Kamala yet. You're going to the White House to protest Biden be brave? Because reports came out about his cabinet picks, which he can't even fully pick a cabinet yet because he has not been briefed. Donald Trump did not concede. So he can't even be briefed about COVID, about the economy, about climate change, about national security, any other. He can't, has not received any briefings. Kamala Harris is the only reason why she's being briefed because she's part of the Intelligence Committee. She still sits on the Senate until the end of this year. So why the hell is the Sunrise Movement going to the White House, having these protests, and why some of these elected officials are having protests and protesting Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, who have not fucking even got the peaceful transfer of power? Please tell me why. Why is Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, newly elected Congresswoman Cori Bush, newly elected Congressmen Jamal Bowen and Marjorie Jones, why are you guys protesting the incoming Biden-Harris administration when they were not even briefed? It don't make no sense. What you guys can do in Congress will be like, go to Nancy Pelosi's, like, you have to demand this woman, which I think the Judiciary Committee is demanding Emily Murphy, the lady that's in charge of the transition, supposed to be doing the transition, the peaceful transfer of power that works in the General Service Administration. I think she's testifying on Monday. I'm not quite as sure. Y'all could be going to her like, we got to protest her. Go to her building. Protest at Mitch McConnell's office, who has like 80 million bills on his desk, including the HEROES Act, instead of protesting Biden, be brave. That sounds stupid. That's not progressive. That's just dumb. They need to do better. Because as much as I want to root for my people, half of them are being dumb, especially the ones in Congress that calls themselves progressive. Y'all mad about possible cabinet picks when he can't pick nobody yet? Aaron Brockovich, you really writing fucking op-eds in there? Like, that sounds stupid. Why are you protesting Joe Biden, who has not even received a briefing? Nor him or Kamala. And transitions, they cost money. That's a financial holdup. That's a national security issue, hold up. But y'all want to protest Biden be brave? They need to get their shit together because it's looking real tacky out there. I'm so serious. I'm so fucking sick of them. Like, I don't know. Like, I try, like, I want to give people a chance, but it seems like every time when I try to give people a chance, they end up fucking shit up for themselves and giving other people who are actually real progressives out here like me a bad fucking name. I'm tired. They need to do better. But on that note, we gotta unify. Like, we don't got time for this shit. Like, we got so much shit that we gotta do to get this country back in order. It's gonna take some time because it's heavily fucking divided, and These motherfuckers are protesting Biden be brave. That's what the fuck we're dealing with. So I will be on my live on Periscope around 11:30 for the after show. So if you want to join me, that's fine. My YouTube name is Chantay Berry. For those who want to join me on YouTube, because I know some people don't have Twitter. Twitter is the same name as my Instagram. But until then, wear your mask. Wash your hands. Because some people don't like to wash their hands. Keep a distance from each other. And for Thanksgiving, if you're going to see your family for Thanksgiving, I know some epidemiologists said no, and that's fine. But I'm not an epidemiologist, but I will say this. Wear your mask in front of your family. And that's all I'm saying. If you love your family, you will wear your mask. Okay? And yes, I will definitely DM you, sir. After this, I am DMing you. But until then, you have a good night.